defining what business etiquette is. And the definition that I pulled was, it's a customary code of polite behaviour in society or among members of a particular profession or group. So it's essentially how to be professional. So Alyssa, I'd like to start with you. Tell us some of the fundamentals of etiquette in any profession. Like, what are some of the things that all artists should bring to their business?
Well, two things that come to mind immediately. Business etiquette is not that different from normal etiquette. If it's polite in the regular world, you should probably go by that in the business world as well. And I think two big things that stick out to me, music world-wise, are we're all busy, so you need to be patient and polite when you're following up with someone. Some months we get upwards of 80 album submissions, and if you haven't replied to someone within a day or 2 days, you might get a very flippant email back. And all that really makes me see is that, well, I probably don't want to work with this person because it took me 24 hours to respond to an email, and they were flippant. And I think especially in the music world, since we all work together as such a community, if you need help from someone, you need to make it as easy as possible for them to help you. Being direct and organized and polite in your written communications and in-person communications.
Yeah, nice. That's something that definitely we hear a lot of. So if somebody, even if when they contact the Music Spring, or if actually in my music life I see a lot of it, I'll have a producer contact me and say, I want you to sing a vocal. Let's do a co-write for this song. And if I haven't contacted him back within 24 hours, I typically get an email saying, do you think you're too good to work with me?
Yes, yes.
No, I'm just very fucking busy. It's that kind of a thing. So I know, Joe, you experience a lot of that kind of lack of etiquette. You've worked in some of the best studios in LA. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about what etiquette looks like, what it doesn't look like. Let's start with what it doesn't look like. What do you experience? How do you experience that in the studio?
Okay, well, for me, etiquette would be showing up to the studio prepared, showing up to the studio on time. You can't ask for more than that from an artist, because ultimately what you want is you want them ready to go when you're ready to go, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. An artist shouldn't have to be waiting on the engineer or the producer to make a decision or to do a decision, much like the producer or the engineer shouldn't be waiting on the artist to show up. In my experience, I've been on both sides, and for me, if they can show up on time when you agree upon a time, saying noon, whatever, and if they can show up and they're ready to work, then everything else is all, easy. You can make all those production decisions as you go. You can make all the recording decisions as you go. But far too often, because the artist feels, well, I'm spending my money to this studio, I can treat it like my own playground and do whatever I want. I've been in sessions where we were waiting 6, 8 hours sometimes for an artist to show up. And it's not because that they're busy or not busy. It's because their management failed to call us and say, oh yeah, by the way, they are busy. They're showing up later than the initial agreed upon time, and so forth. So for me, it's just a matter of show up on time. If you say you're going to be there at noon, be there at noon. If you're going to be late, call and let me know you're going to be late. Just like an engineer should call and say, hey, I'm running late because of LA traffic or whatever.